of waves in rectangular waveguides. So whenever we are talking about the rectangular waveguides, as we have already seen, the shape of that particular opening is rectangular. So I think we have already seen this kind of a structure: single conductor transmission line, enclosed hollow metallic tube. So this particular side is nothing but the breadth, and always जो भी आपका longer side है always denoted by a, and a shorter side, which is nothing but the width, is always denoted by B, and this is nothing but the direction, that is the direction of the propagation. So this is the Z direction, which we are assuming right now is nothing but the direction of propagation. So our waves are propagating to the Z direction. So if this is the Z direction, this will be the X and this will be the Y. Now let us recall what we have seen in the previous session, that is nothing but the wave equation. So we have already dealt with the wave equation here, whereas we have seen our wave equation for TE and T. If I'm talking about the TE wave, here I'm going to take an example of TE wave, whereas my EZ component will be 0. So only HZ component does exist. So I'll write here del square HZ is equal to minus omega square mu epsilon HZ. Then another wave equation, del square Ez minus omega square mu epsilon Ez. So this will be true only for the Tm wave, whereas my Hz component will be 0. Now here expanding this del square Hz and del square Ez in the rectangular coordinate system will give you, so if I expand del square Ez, so my equation will become now, so I am expanding del square Ez. So I can say this will be the Ez dx square plus del square Ez dy square plus the d square Ez dz square is equal to minus omega square mu epsilon Ez, because our assumption here is nothing but the whatever transmission is happening in the direction of the Z. So if we are talking about the Z direction and my variations are sinusoidal in a nature, then this kind of transmission will have this property. So my transmission will be in the Z direction. So I can write my wave or my electric field in the Z direction is equal to, so here I'm just trying to show you the difference here. So if my Ez is equal to E0Z e raised to, I can say, minus gamma Z. So gamma is nothing but the propagation constant. आपका जो भी अभी यहाँ पे ट्रांसमिशन या फिर जो भी प्रोपागेशन है, that is nothing but the in the Z direction. So whereas you can say this Ez is nothing but your electric field intensity in the Z direction, E0Z is nothing but the maximum value of electric field along with the Z direction, and this gamma is nothing but the alpha plus J beta. So gamma is propagation constant, alpha is attenuation constant, and beta is nothing but the phase constant. So what you want to have a propagation, your gamma must present. So beta, we have already seen, this is nothing but the phase constant. So if you write this phase constant, this will be 2 pi by lambda here. Okay, we have already used this kind of term in our unit number 1 and unit number 3, in unit number 2. So what we have done previously, the same kind of things we will do here. We are going to differentiate it with respect to Z, ठीक है, because your transmissions are in the Z direction. So dEz divided by dZ is equal to E0Z e raised to minus gamma Z minus gamma. So this equation again, if you see, this equation is nothing but the equation for Ez. So if you replace that term with the Ez, you will get Ez minus gamma. So Ez, these are two commons. So I can define one operator here, d by dz is equal to minus gamma. Okay, so because we need these terms here after whenever we are going to analyze our rectangular waveguide, again differentiating with respect to z, you are taking a double differentiation or partial differentiation with respect to z again. So d square ez dz square will give you, you can write that E0 e raised to minus gamma Z this will be minus gamma, and again this will be the minus gamma. So I can write here this is a plus gamma square E0 e raised to gamma z. Again it reminds me the E of, I'll just write here z. So E of z. So I can define here another operator like d square by d z square is nothing but the gamma square. Now you do remember these two operators as we have remembered in the previous sessions. D by dz is minus gamma, and d square by dz square is nothing but the gamma square. Now we are going to analyze our rectangular waveguide. So if you do recall our equation here, you are having one operator which is nothing but the d square by dz square. So you can replace this with the gamma square. We have defined this operator here. So you rewrite here that equation where d square dz square is equal to gamma square. So further writing that equation, d square ez dx square plus d square ez dy square plus gamma square ez is equal to minus omega square mu epsilon ez. ठीक है. सो जो माइनस टर्म है वो आप इस साइड पे लेके आइए. ई जेड डी एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस डी स्क्वायर ई जेड डी वाई स्क्वायर plus gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon ez. Again this you are having a ez, so take that ez common here, so you'll get ez gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon is equal to 0, and these terms will be as it is. Okay. Now again here you are going to define these two constants as one another operator. So let h square is equal to gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon, and just put that in the equation. So d square ez dx square plus d square ez dy square plus you can write this h square ez is equal to 0. So you have find out one equation in the rectangular coordinate system, and this equation is for TM wave because your magnetic component will be 0. Similarly, you can write the same equation for TE wave. So this equation will modify for TE wave. So for TE wave, this equation will become this will be hz divided by dx square plus d square hz divided by dy square plus h square hz is equal to 0. So only modification is in the field. Now you have got this equation. Now you can solve this equation with the partial differential method, whereas you can get the solution. So using Maxwell's equation, if you do recall Maxwell's first equation, I'm just dealing with only 4 equations of Maxwell's. So Maxwell's first equation gives me del cross h is equal to j omega epsilon e, and my Maxwell's second equation gives me, so आपका जो Maxwell second equation it gives del cross E is equal to minus j omega epsilon h. ठीक है. So if you do recall these two equations, we are going to use, I'm so sorry, this mu h. So these are the Maxwell's first and second equation. Now we are going to use Maxwell's first equation. So and I'm going to solve it in the rectangular coordinate system. So I can say del cross h is equal to j omega epsilon e. So expanding this particular del cross h, I can write, now this is rectangular coordinate system, d by dx, d by dy, d by dz, and this will be the hx, hy and hz is equal to j omega epsilon. Now again this e you are going to resolve in 3 directions, ex plus e of y plus k e of z, whereas I, j, k are nothing but the unit vectors in the direction of x, in the direction of y, and in the direction of z. Now I have this d by dz here. I can replace this d by dz with the gamma because I know this d by dz is nothing but the minus gamma. So I'll just put this, I'll just rewrite that equation again, that is I, j, k, d by dx, d by dy minus gamma, this is hx, this is hy, and this is hz. is equal to j omega epsilon I ex plus j ey plus k ez. ठीक है. So whenever you are going to solve, you will get three separate equations because you are going to equate I वाला term I के साथ, ठीक है, J वाला term J के साथ, ठीक है. So if you expand the coefficients here, you will get first equation. You take this one. So this is dhz dy minus gamma hy will become plus gamma hy here is equal to j omega epsilon ex. This is your equation number one. The second equation you can write d of hz dx plus gamma hx is equal to minus j omega epsilon ey. This is your equation number two. The equation number three, you will get d of hy divided by, now this row and this is the d of hy dx minus d of hx dy. So this will be, this is dx minus d of hx divided by dy is equal to j omega epsilon ex. ठीक है. So sorry, this is ez. So this is equation number two. You just remember this equation number one because we are going to find out hy and we are going to put that value in this equation. So this is when you are using Maxwell's first equation. Now similarly for equation 2, what we are having, del cross E is equal to minus j omega mu h. So if you expand it further, similarly as we have seen, so it will be I, this will be j, this will be k, this will be d by dx, this is d by dy. I'll just put gamma because I know that d by dz is nothing but the minus gamma. This is ex, ey, and this is ez. Similarly, the sign will be minus. So j omega mu h you are going to resolve in three directions, hx, hy plus hz. So these are the unit vectors in your x direction, y direction, and z directions. Now further solving this equation, I'll get another three, I can say equations, which is nothing but the d of ez dy plus gamma ey is equal to minus j omega mu hx. D of ez dx plus gamma ex is equal to plus j omega mu hy. D of ey dx, sorry, this will be the minus, d of ex dy is equal to minus j omega mu hz. I'll just name this as the equation number 4. This will be the equation number 5 and this will be the equation number 6. So if I see equation number 5, I have a hy component. I'll just try to figure out what will be the hy here. So hy is equal to, I can say, I'll just put all that term, that is j omega mu here. So 1 upon j omega mu dez dx plus gamma upon j omega mu, and again I have here some of the gamma term, so it will become a gamma square, and this is ex. ठीक है. So this is nothing but the what I have got after putting that hy, sorry, equation number 5, I have separated hy. Now as I asked you to remember this particular equation which contains this hy, ठीक है, so we'll put this value of hy in the equation number 1. So we have got something here, so I'll just write somewhere here, so it will be on the same page. So I can say substituting hy in equation number 1. ठीक है. So our equation number 1 is d of hz dy plus gamma j omega mu d of ez dx plus gamma square j omega mu ex is equal to j omega epsilon ex. So I have put it this value. Now I'll just take this equation to this side to get a ex common. So ex j omega epsilon minus gamma square j omega mu. So I have just taken it at one side. So this is gamma j omega mu d of ez dx plus d of hz divided by dy. So I have got this particular equation. Now what I'll do, I'll multiply both the sides with a j omega mu. So if you multiply it with a j omega mu, this jj will be minus 1 omega square mu epsilon. Okay, so this will be, so just I'll write here, so ex माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर म्यू एप्सिलॉन माइनस गामा स्क्वायर. ठीक है, क्योंकि ये कैंसिल हो जाएगा. अगर आप यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, दिस विल गेट कैंसिल एंड यू विल गेट गामा dez divided by dx. ठीक है, now this is the first term. Next term is nothing but the you are multiplying, so this will get here j omega mu d of ez and a dy. So finally I have got this equation over here. See, so if I have got this equation, I can do one thing. I am interested in the x component, so here I can take this component and this complete side will go on the another side. So I can again simplify it further. So if I simplify it further, I'll get ex minus gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon is equal to gamma d of ez dx plus j omega mu d of hz divided by dy. Now you do recall, if you do recall, this particular term is nothing but the h square. So just putting gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon is equal to h square. Further modification in this equation will become like ex minus h square is equal to gamma d of ez dx plus j omega mu d of hz dy. ठीक है, so you can do one thing, you divide throughout with a minus h square to get the ex component. So divide throughout with minus h square, your final equation will be ex is equal to gamma by h square, but this is minus, that's why I'll write here minus. So ez dx, this will be minus j omega mu by h square d of hz dy. So this is nothing but the equation which I have got for ex. Similarly, you can go for the now you have put it hy component in the equation number 1. So similarly, if you put the another component, that is hx component, in your equation number 2, you will get ey component. So if you solve for that particular things, other equations will become. So I'm just writing or rewriting that ex component. You do try to solve it by yourself. So if I'm getting ex is equal to minus gamma by h square d of ez dx minus j omega mu by h square d of hz dy. So this is ex component. Similarly, your ey component will be minus gamma by h square d of ez. The only difference will be ey dy here. Minus की जगह पे plus आएगा d omega mu h square d of ez, sorry, d of hz divided by d of x. This is your ey component. hx component minus gamma by h square, सिर्फ difference पहले equation में d of hz divided by dx, and sign will be different. So for hx you will write plus j omega epsilon by h square d of ez divided by dy. ठीक है, next will be h of y minus gamma by h square d of hz dy. Sign will be changed, j omega epsilon by h square d of ez by dx. So this is your ex component, this is your ey component, this is your hx component, and this is your hy component. So if you remember it comparatively, that is ex minus gamma by h square dez by dx minus j omega mu h square d hz by dy. So the difference between ex and ey, that instead of having dx here, you are having dy. Sign will be changed. As you are having dy here, you can put a dx. Similarly, you can write hx component like the same as a previous equation. Just ez की जगह पे आपका hz आ गया और आपका साइन चेंज हो गया. So if you do remember it comparatively, it will be easy to understand each and every equation. So these equations give the general relation for field components within the waveguide. Okay, so what will be the electric field intensity in x direction, y direction, something like that. So these equations we are going to use to analyze each and every mode. So when I talk about the waveguide, I'm going to talk about only two modes, that is TE mode and TM mode. So you try to remember, you try to understand this equation. In the next session, probably we'll talk about the analysis of TE and TM mode based on these equations. So we'll stop here.